So I went live for about 20 days on Facebook trying to acquire new clients. Now I've seen people talking about the beauty of Facebook and how they've made money organically, how they've scaled to 6 figures, that's 10 grand a month or even more, just posting or going live on Facebook. So I thought, well, this is something that I might need to try, but I always kept pushing it off until I saw a video by, I think the guy's name is Anik Singhal and Akbar Sheikh. So I know I probably butchered the names, I'm so sorry guys. He basically gave away some of his secret ingredients.
You need to be doing 3 things every day. You need to be building an audience, cultivating an audience, monetizing an audience. Here's what you need to do is clean out your friends list, clean them all out. Well, now what you're going to do is you're going to go to Facebook groups that are full, that the topic is Facebook agency stuff. You're going to go in there and you're going to post consistently value. Organically, people will just message you.
He said, 1, you might need to clear out your already existing list. And what you'll need to do is add more people. The best way to do this is to actually go into Facebook groups to find people that are similar to you, and then you can post things of value. And if people add you as a friend because of your value and want to see what you're up to, they might want to add you, they might want to see what you have to offer to them. So that's pretty much the game plan, which is pretty simple. So the rules are pretty simple. Join Facebook groups, post valuable content continuously. Once you get to about 4,000, 5,000 friends or so, then go live, and I guess after like 30 days or so I could probably get my first few clients. So let's get into it and let's see how it worked for me. So I had to leave everything that I was doing and just write. It's like how to find the Facebook groups. Like, how do I know which ones are the right fit for me? So that's exactly what I did. I typed in how to find Facebook groups. I checked some of the videos out. I tried to see what they have to offer because they've probably been there before. So I'm like, well, how do I find the right one? I just typed on Facebook, consulting Facebook groups, business Facebook groups, sales Facebook groups, stuff that's into my niche. So I had to go in and check. I don't know if a lot of these are like scams or they're not, but I just thought, let me go through a lot of them and let me see for myself if I should add some of these people. I even joined public ones too. So some that are just open where anyone can pretty much post anything at any time. So I joined those and I just ran through posts because I wanted to get a good indication on what people are actually searching for in Facebook groups, why people join Facebook groups, what type of value is being added to Facebook groups already, and how can I add some even more value. Most of the Facebook groups had these really like weird requirements that made it seem like the Facebook group may not be that beneficial for other people joining it. I don't know, but some of the groups were stuff like no direct or indirect offers for your page. Fine, I guess, because no one wants to be just sold in the Facebook group continuously. No asking people to like, comment, or PM you. That's a bit of a weird one, because if I'm commenting something of value and then someone's like, oh crap, how do I like this is amazing, dude, I want to speak to you about this. And I'm like, oh, just private message me. If I can't comment that, then I don't know. But maybe they mean don't say it in the post you're about to post, right? So in the post you're about to send, don't say a valuable post, then write private message me for more details. So I think I get that. No promotions or spam. Okay, that makes sense. No promotions or spam. No links of any kind without pre-approval in posts or comments. So no links, that's offers, surveys, like pages, redirects. Okay. No images or GIF posts. Now I don't really know what that. A lot of people want to add an image or a GIF in order to brand themselves, to draw more attention to their posts. We do not allow this. You can repost without the image. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean that, because then should everything just be text-based? No videos of going live. Okay, fine. No bait questions like what is your opinion, thoughts. No asking questions at the end of a post that encourage people to comment. see, that now doesn't make any sense. Like, what is the point? Because sometimes you'll be like, what's your thoughts on this? Again, they might mean something else. They might mean, I'm always thinking on the other side of things, right? So they might mean stuff like, don't structure something in a way to make yourself seem like the good guy, and then say, what are your thoughts on this? Or I don't know, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. What else? No high ticket closer or inbound closer posts. Okay, your post does not fit with this group. This focus on this group is helping coaches and course creators. So you see, this post, this Facebook group, I could be wrong, but it seems like it may only help probably the people that created the group and not other people, but I could be completely wrong. Anyway, I just try to invite myself in as many groups as possible and check what they're promoting. So on each page, again, I would look at what people find helpful, inspirational, and then try to post the same exact thing. So as I found the Facebook groups, especially the ones that I thought were right for me, I was just pressing join to as many as I can. And some of them would ask me some pretty strange questions that I'll have to answer, but I'd always think like, okay, what is the answer that they're trying to get from me here? And then send that as the answer and wait for a response. It went really well. I infiltrated quite a lot of groups. Quite a lot of them, they didn't actually decline. They actually said, yeah, sure, let's join in. So I tried the strategy for at least 5 to 7 days or so probably like just a week, going ham, like adding friends, posting valuable stuff, and sometimes I'll get some likes, sometimes I wouldn't get likes. Sometimes I think some people wouldn't even see the posts. The Facebook group admin would have to pre-approve every post that I'll do. That's the majority of groups, like 90%. Other times I've seen some pretty scammy group admins literally try to cancel your post, then copy and paste and change your post and post it as their own, which is the craziest thing ever. So I had to get a new strategy. One of my strategies was, why don't I just go into the groups, and then when someone is posting something of value and it's getting like a lot of likes and it resonates with me, which means it might resonate with the person liking, I could literally just add them as a friend. So that's what I started doing. I started to go through and just see what people are posting, see what people are getting up to, and just add. Especially the people that seem to actually want or need help. So it's usually someone will post in some groups, and I think this is allowed on some groups. They'll say, let me know if you want my PDF on how I did this for free. And people will be like, yeah. Or let me know if you'd want to be in my lesson or something. And people will be like, yeah. So I added all those people, and I thought that would be a good fit. Now, some of that strategy actually worked for me. Some people accepted me, added me and stuff, which is great. In some groups that would allow me to post an image. That's the dumbest thing ever. Why would you not let someone post a flipping image? That's so stupid. Anyway, with some of the groups that would let me post an image, I would post, what has being in this group helped you to do? Because I just want to get conversations going. And quite a lot of the posts that I'm putting up, people weren't liking it. And I was putting up a lot of posts, like a lot of posts, and people weren't liking it. Or sometimes I'll get like 1 or 2 likes, and some people would ask me questions and say, well, Sam, how do I do this, or how do I do that, which is pretty cool, it's pretty awesome. But other than that, you know, it wouldn't really be working for me like that. Some of the people that I then added or added me would then be trying to sell me, which gave me an indication on why sometimes people don't accept your friend requests, especially if they think they don't know you, or it's obvious that, oh, that guy's a marketer, and people naturally hate marketers and salesmen, which I get it, it's understandable. Another thing is, I just went on like well-known people, like not well-known people, but people in the space of like consulting, sales, marketing, etc., that have built up supposedly successful businesses, I went on their pages and then I just started adding those people. So one person, Juliet Tangent, I actually saw her from a Sam Ovens customer interview video where she was talking about how she took Sam Ovens' course and how she started making a certain amount of money per month, which I thought was really, really cool. I went on her post and I again started the same strategy. Anyone that would like or love comments, I started just to add them as much as possible. Now, I ran into a crazy issue and I didn't even know this made any, this doesn't really make much sense. You can actually see if you share friends between each other, like if you have mutual friends, right? So one thing that I ran into this issue where Facebook will say, can't send requests. It looks like you may not know this person. Send requests to people who you know personally to see their updates on Facebook. You can't actually know everyone personally. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And other times it'll bring up this message where it says, you can't use this feature at the moment. We limit how often you can post, comment, or do other things in a given space of time in order to protect the community from spam. So it seems like there's some people that are like, oh, you should add about 100 people a day or 200 people a day. And I'm like, maybe that was the old rules, because now it doesn't work. You can only add a set amount. So you can add about 10 people, probably 20 people, and that's it for the day. So to add about 2,000, 5,000, whatever, that's going to take a long period of time of adding like 20 people a day. And sometimes Facebook won't even allow you to add that person. So it might not be even 20 a day. It could be just 5, 4, or 6, and that's pretty much it. So that's the pretty strange thing that I was running into there. So a basic tactic that people don't use but they really need to start using is actually going to the direct source of things. And also in reverse, you can do a similar sort of thing. Success leaves clues, and that's something that Dan Pena always says, success leaves clues. So you can actually, if you have the resources to do this, trying to speak to the people that seem to be winning or seem to be getting clients on Facebook or whatever. And what you should do is try to be one of their clients. It's as simple as that. Now, you might not want to be on for like a month or whatever, but try to see if you can do some test drives for like a week or 2 weeks or something like that in the background of you doing certain things. Because one, this will polish up your skills on how you can actually attract people the way they attract people. Because again, some of the best ways to get someone as a client is to come in the guise of being their client too. Okay, or so come as it's a true Trojan horse method here. If you're a client of them, you get close proximity, so you'll be able to ask them questions that they probably wouldn't really answer on Facebook for nothing. Again, you're paying the money. So I actually made the decision to walk away from a lot of these groups, and the reason is just because, like, again, as I said, most of the time when people were posting, it was just them posting. And after quite a lot of tries on posting these people's groups, I wouldn't really see much of return on my time. In fact, quite a lot of the posts, when I would post something, even if it was within community guidelines, if it started getting just a tiny bit of traction, or it would take their attention off certain groups, some of my posts would then be gone. And I would type in my name on the group and I would find like some of my posts deleted. So I'll be like, what? Because again, your post doesn't just magically disappear out of nowhere if it was approved. So I made the decision just to walk away and say, you know what, forget it. I don't really need to be in some of these groups. Now, I'm not really knocking groups. I think groups work. I think groups are effective, but I had a limited amount of time that I could set aside for this experiment, and it didn't work. Anyway, going back to Akbar Sheikh, I saw a few things. One, what he said seemed to be true, but I think there could be multiple factors in this. One, it could be because he had done this probably quite a few years ago. It shows about 4 something years ago that he was doing this. Maybe the rules tightened or changed slightly, So the same things that he's saying to do may not work that much. Anyway, guys, if you're doing it, or if you're making 6 figures or whatever you're making from Facebook lives, please let me know, because I would want to know how you're actually doing it. And maybe I have a feeling I just wasn't going hard enough. There was this post of him holding this ClickFunnels plaque, which means he generated $1 million. Now, he said without ads. I think that is true. He posted it in 20th September 2017, and Joe Baxter said, I only wish you found you, I don't know what that means, before a couple, I think he says, I only wish I found you before a couple weeks ago. With every daily vlog you do, are helping me shape who I am and who I want to be. Thank you. I don't know anyone that deserves this as much as you do, Akbar. Congrats, brother. Congrats, looking good, brother. So he seems like a good guy from what people are saying, you know, if he's just giving free advice and stuff like that. Now, here's another thing I learned on phase 2 of adding people as friends. Just because Facebook will allow you to add that person as a friend, and you've been putting in work, like day after day you've been putting in work, and you've just been adding and adding and adding and adding and adding and adding, doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to accept, because again, that's up to them. It's their action if they're going to accept. Now, you can go on Facebook on this thing where you can check how many people you've sent friend requests to. So I have a whole list of people that I sent friend requests to, they just didn't accept. And these are the people, these are the right people in the right niche, and etc. And this list goes on and 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 on. Now, a lot of people will say, Sam, that was your mistake, because you were supposed to get people to come to you. But again, when I went in the Facebook groups and some of them didn't approve my posts, when deleted them later, or my post got approved and, you know, 1 or 2 people liked it, or no one liked it. And some of the groups that I joined in, I actually think they were dead groups. Like, what I mean is, people are like, there were some groups where I was pretty much probably the only person that is not admin posting in the group. So from that point, I kind of felt defeated, but I said, you know what? I might as well just start now and start doing something. And that's what I did. I started going live. It was weird. It's very weird going live when there's no one watching. Usually at the top hand corner, there's this eye thing that shows you how many people are actually watching the live. And when I started on my first day, I think I got about 2 or 3 people watching, but that's because I think I never went live. So Facebook probably sent out a notification saying, hey, Sam is live for the first time or something, I don't know. So people probably clicked, but then they went off in like about 30 seconds or so. But my live was pretty short, so that didn't really matter too much. And then the next day I went live, and again, nobody was in the live. And then the next day I went live and nobody was in the live. Now, a lot of people may say a lot of things. They may say, Sam, well, you screwed this experiment up. But I want to tell you one thing. It was actually a really good thing that I went live for 20 days, because going live was actually a fear for me. I was scared, and I thought I'll be so crushed and humiliated that I went live talking to nobody. And it wasn't really humiliating. It wasn't really crushing. I guess it was just all in my head. And so I didn't really waste this time. It helped me get a lot better at speaking, a lot better at just looking into the camera lens and just talking without trying to say and a lot. It helped me with that process, and I kept doing that over and over and over again for the next about 20 days straight. I didn't miss a single day. There was only one day where it seemed like I missed a day, but that's because the live function that I was using didn't work that well at the time. I was shooting around midnight, so it seemed like it went over, but that's because I don't know what happened, but it saved over midnight. So I was going live from like 11:56 or something, and then it went live. And I kept going, and the numbers didn't really increase that much, to be quite honest with you. But I thought, well, it's not completely a failed experiment, because I learned quite a lot of things going into this. Going live on Facebook for about 20 days or so, it was a massive failure and a success at the same time. A massive failure in terms of I didn't actually get any sort of clients going live for 20 days, but that's because one, I probably didn't go into the right groups. A lot of people will say, oh, their group sucks, my group's the best, but then when you go in their group, it also sucks too. So I don't even know. Secondly, probably I didn't post enough value. Maybe I needed to. I thought I did, but I didn't get enough friends. So I may not have gone too hard on adding. I should have added more friends, and obviously I should have posted way more valuable content so for people to add me. So those are the things, like not going in the right groups, not getting enough friend requests to actually come over, to actually like and resonate with you. So there's a part of that that needs to that you need to know too. The next thing is, when I went live for those 20 days, since I didn't have enough friends to actually, since I didn't have enough people to actually want to see me, I was talking to no one for like 20 days. So it was kind of like a waste. But at the same time, as I said, I built new skills up and I built my confidence up too, because going live again was a nightmare for me. I was always thinking, no, I don't want to go live, I don't want to go live. But I guess in this digital world, it's a necessity to be prepared to go live at particular points. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now guys, if you have something that you'd want me to experiment on when it comes to business, marketing, social media, or just personal development and growth, please let me know, because I'll be looking to do some more experimental videos soon, and just like coming out of my shell and doing some pretty cool, crazy, interesting things. It's been Sam from New Marketing You. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.